Hey, I just saw something about the atrocities going on in Nigeria, and how some are now labeling it labeling it now as a genocide. I think back to the protests after the after the Hamas uh, terrible ordeal that they inflicted upon those Jewish people attending a concert festival. Uh, and and I think back to those protests. Now, those were not majority Palestinian or Arab people. There were some. Don't get me wrong. 98%. I'm just going to throw a number out there. I don't have any. I don't have any data. I'm going to throw a figure out there. 98% were white, middle class, young people. If you watch the videos, and and why were they doing it? They stand up for righteousness. This genocide's going on. Actually, it was retaliatory. It was a retaliatory action. If you know anything about causal reasoning, if you break into my house, and I come home and find that you've dragged every member of my house into across the street into the neighborhood, killed some and took the rest and got the rest hostage, you're not gonna be happy when I find you. But put that aside. Genocide. It's terrible. It's terrible. I'd have had more compassion for these people if they were not ripping down photos of Jewish people, Jewish hostages that were put up on the side of walls. They'd rip them down. It didn't matter about what had happened to the Jews. Google causal reasoning. I had a kid try to trip me a couple times playing basketball in school when we were in about sixth grade. I'd get the ball from the rebound, and he'd put his foot out to trip me. And after like the second time, I told him, don't do that again, man. And guess what he did? Yeah, you're right. You guessed it. He did it again. And when I was on top of him, had him by his ears, punching him in the face, he's screaming, enough, enough. What are you doing? Enough. I had enough. That's called causal reasoning. You do something, and then you don't like the reaction. You know how you avoid that? Don't do the initial act. But these people that are love and inclusive and we care. This is genocide going on. The Jews are committing genocide against the Palestinians. Okay. What about what's been happening to the Christian people who do nothing but go to church and read their Bible and pray? They didn't cut any fence and sneak in and drag people out of their country. And yet, on average, 200 Christians a day have been killed over the past couple decades. And we could do data and look at figures. It's been going on, of course, since first century. Just like the Jews have been persecuted by different groups, including quote unquote Christians. But where are these protesters? They're so against genocide. They are so against unjust murder. They are so against wrong and unrighteousness. At least there was a reason giving for Israel attacking Palestine and Gaza, going after Hamas. What's the theory behind killing Christians? There is none. It's a spiritual thing. We can get into that if you'd like, but it's a spiritual thing. This is stuff going on by powers in heavenly places, and these people on the ground, they're just pawns. They're pawns in the hands of demons. But where is their compassion? Where is their screaming against genocide and the murder of innocent people? It's absent. Isn't that something?